out as I was walking up. Let's change up the scenario a little bit. How about we take these note cards, put a cell phone in my hand, make me 15 to 20 years younger, which couldn't hurt, and then put me in a motor vehicle, 2,000 pounds, wrapped around me, running 55, 60 miles an hour down the road. You notice the pin? My goal is to inform you of the dangers of texting and driving, and hopefully to allow us the opportunity to prevent teenagers from texting and driving in the future. What we've noticed is that this includes not only just the texting, but using your navigation system, using a DVD player, playing with your radio while you're driving. All of these distract you from what you're supposed to be doing, eating while you're driving. All of these distract you from what you're supposed to be doing while you're operating that vehicle. It's a huge responsibility for everybody that's behind the wheel, right? How many of you would be willing to put on a blindfold and drive 55 miles an hour down the road for the length of a football field? None, right? Nobody with any common sense. If you're driving 55 miles an hour down the road and you look down for 5 seconds, which is the average amount of time it takes to send a text, you have just looked away for the length of an entire football field. Let that sink in for just a little bit. That's the equivalent of driving blindfold, right? I don't want to bore you with a lot of statistics, but I do want to give you the facts. According to the National Highway Transportation Safety Association, there are over 2.5 million accidents per year. Of those 2.5 million accidents, roughly 1.6 million involve a cell phone of some kind. Either it be talking on the phone, texting on the phone, something of that nature. Of those, 330,000 accidents lead to severe injuries for those drivers, or for the people that they run into. 11 teenagers die each day using a cell phone while they're driving, or running into someone. 9-year-old little girl in 2010 by the name of Erica, Fort Collins, Colorado. She was 15 pedals away from getting to her front door, and she was run down by someone texting and driving. 9 years old. That family has to live with that for the rest of their lives. Their baby girls and all. Teenage drivers are 400% more likely to get into an accident while texting and driving than an adult. A lot of that has to do with experience, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that teenagers are more likely and less concerned with the impact that they're going to have while they're driving down the road using their phone. Little girlfriends, boyfriends texting them, and they have to answer that message. They can't let it go. They have to reply. Now, that being said, 10% of all teenage drivers between the ages of 15 and 19 years old are involved in fatal motor vehicle accidents. Oprah Winfrey said, we like to believe that we can operate a motor vehicle and use our cell phones at the same time. But these thousands of deaths per year prove otherwise, right? At any given moment, there are nearly 1 million drivers on our roads, any given moment, using a cell phone while they're driving. That leads me to this. Texting and driving versus drinking and driving. Does anybody know what the equivalent is, or can two be compared? Yes.
What standpoint?
Well, if you take a person that is texting and driving and compare them to someone that has had 4 beers and driving a vehicle, that is the equivalent. 4 beers. So if you revert back to what I just said, about at any given moment, 1 million people driving on our roads while using a cell phone. And think about that statistic of texting and driving versus drinking and driving. You have roughly 1 million people at any given moment drunk on our roads. All right? So how do we solve this? What's the solution to this problem? Well, as of now, 46 states have banned texting and driving. They still allow you to use your cell phone and drive. A lot of people have the wireless hands-free devices that they can use while they're driving down the road. But what does that do? According to David Strayer of the University of Utah, he does a lot of research on the the driving statistics for these teenagers. He says that we're not really fixing the problem. We're making it look good. We're making it look like the people are doing something, making you look good for the people, but we're not resolving the bigger issue. We're not solving that problem. How do we solve that problem? President Obama banned the use of any cell phones for texting purposes while on federal business. Okay, that helps. But are teenagers going to pay attention to that law? To the banning of cell phones while driving? No, they don't care. People break laws every day. Teenagers, they don't care. They have to answer their friends. They have to reply to their girlfriends and boyfriends. So, how do we fix it? Well, we have voice recognition software that we can use to automatically convert speech to text while you're driving, right? You still have to look away to hit send. I mean, honestly, you still have to look away to hit send on the cell phone. You have the autoresponder, which I like the idea of the autoresponder. I use it myself. It allows you to send an automatic reply to someone while you're driving down the vehicle, driving down the road in your vehicle. Once your GPS receives a signal saying that you're going over certain miles per hour, it will automatically reply to anyone that sends you a message saying, hey, I'm driving, don't bug me, I'll get back to you as soon as I can, right? Then we have a text blocker that can be installed in your vehicle that is mainly for teenagers, and this allows you to do the same thing, but it blocks all incoming texts when the phone realizes that you're going over 10 miles per hour. So with that information that I've just given you, I just want to ask you, who wants to drive and LOL? That being said, that's all I've got. Do you have any questions or comments from the audience?